Hi, my name is Brian Churchyard, consultant to Asda. Prior to that, for 15 years I was Asda's head of engineering, looking after energy reduction, emissions and their carbon net zero strategy. Asda are always looking at ways to save our customers money every day, and this means that we also have to look at the engineering that sits within our buildings. Refrigeration and heating and ventilation are significant energy users. Over the years, we've taken a serious and pragmatic look at the technology of the future. We've been careful not to select a single technology, and we are always looking to innovate and drive forward with new technology, making sure that we are data-led along the way and that decisions are made are well informed. It is not enough for us to just simply look at the GWP of a refrigerant. We have to look holistically at the entire performance of the system, the reliability of the system, the ability to trade throughout the year to reduce the risk of food waste and also reduce our environmental impact. Energy consumption is more important now than ever before, impacting not just organisations and business but our customers alone. Therefore, it's important that that technology is the most efficient it can possibly be. The refrigeration industry is heavily regulated. The F-gas regulation put in place in 2007 heavily controls the amount of refrigerant that is going to be available in the future and the carbon footprint of that refrigerant. Therefore, it's important that our selection of refrigerants and refrigerants of choice is not only going to meet the requirements set out in regulation, but equally will also maintain the energy efficiency of the estate. Currently, we're sat in our Bootle store. It's our eco store from 2008, a new build. It had a lot of initiatives put into it to reduce its carbon impact in order for us to learn from that technology. The refrigerant itself had the lowest GWP possible, but when we did the analysis against our existing model store, we did find that the energy consumption wasn't where we expected to be. This is where we had to go back to the drawing board and do an evaluation against other alternative non-HFC technologies. After ongoing review, there were some concerns that we picked up as the performance of the system, as well as energy. We also had concerns around corrosion of the system, and the maintenance cost impact over an extended period of time was something to be considered. We also had concerns around safety and reliability of the system at certain times of year, especially when ambient conditions increase significantly. Albeit not a problem in this store, it is inherently a challenge with CO2 as a technology, for a food retailer is constantly looking value to its customers and ensuring that our customers have access to chilled and frozen product all the time. The approach that Asda has always taken to technology is to ensure that we are neutral and don't favour one technology over the other without having the data and detail in front of us. An independent review was undertaken across multiple technologies, CO2 being one of them, with performance measured over an extended period of time with desktop studies to support the data outputs that we gathered at the time. Off the back of those trials and evaluations, it became clear after technology that was landed in the Trafford Park store in 2018 that we had an ideal opportunity to go back to Bootle and replace the CO2 system with an HFO technology. Today, with the installation of the HFO A2L system, we now benefit from a 34% energy reduction versus the previous CO2 system that was in place. Off the back of the success that we've seen at Bootle, this is now Asda's model standard and been deployed across the estate. As and when assets come to end of life, we're now replacing this with a low carbon HFO technology. If display cases need replacing, they're replaced with the HFO technology. If refrigeration plant is replaced, it's replaced with HFO technology. Over an extended period of time, these systems will then align to an HFO standard, an A2L ready standard. This means that we can deploy low carbon technology at a much quicker rate and at a lower cost. As Asda continues with its convenience store rollout, all of these stores will have an HFO, low carbon, low energy technology applied to them. Based on the data that was evaluated, It was also assessed that over an extended period of time of around 20 years, had we have deployed CO2 across the estate, this would have been an extra overcost to the business of £750 million and would have also had a carbon impact of around 13,000 tonnes of CO2. As Asda continue to push the boundaries in carbon emissions reduction, this store has been probably the world's first in replacing a CO2 system with an HFO A2L system, and we've reaped the benefits from doing that, from an emissions perspective, energy savings and cost effectiveness of the technology. We continue to be data driven, driving energy performance, lower emissions at a reduced cost so we can deploy this technology at pace. As new information comes to light and development continues, we must keep an open mind. Technology is not a destination, it is a journey.